All right. We're live. Like 5 seconds in, we missed it.
5 seconds in. Can we get some 2x4s?
But we need it does. We're gonna, as much as I hate intros, I think I'm gonna do like an intro. I hate them. So, but Chantel's here and Ground Fog. Ground Fog's the first one. He has got a weird schedule because sometimes he will comment and it's like at weird times. So,
okay.
It's showing.
Oh, yeah, it says 12:41.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he's always like the first one. Whenever he comments, he's always the first one. So
well, now he's always going to be the first one because you've said that. So he's always going to be like, "Oh, I got to be the first one to comment."
we could have a competition. Who's going to comment first? So maybe give him something. So
all right, some people are coming in. There's Miss Shannon. There's Lynn Dudley. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Homestead HQ, where we talk about homesteading and preparedness. It's really great to see you all tonight. My name is Shelly. This is Jason.
You're pointing the wrong way.
No, you're that way. You're pointing at me now.
Well, here, let's go. There.
Now you're that way.
We can do it.
Make it go back because this is weird. I'm not used to being on this side.
I wonder if we could stack it up and down.
What are you doing?
It won't let you stack it. And now I got some stupid thing. Holy crap, what did I do?
You're gone.
There.
What happened to you?
All right. Now I've got some stupid.
I think you went backstage. That's what Billy calls backstage.
No, what I did, it's got it where I can maximize you. And then minimize.
I like minimize better.
Wow. Who knew you could do all this crap on StreamYard?
I know that you could do like let me just try this. Y'all, we're just experimenting right now. Just hold tight. Let me see if I can do this.
I was like excited when I got the logo on there. I was like, "Ooh, this is fancy."
Looky here.
Man.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So
holy crap. We're like professional.
This episode of the Homestead HQ is brought to you by the Sustainability Store, KSL Sustainability Store. You can go to www.kentuckysustainableliving.com and click on shop right here, or click on this button that says shop gear. My dog is about to make me crazy. Shop gear. You can go here. And then it will take you to, it will give you 10% off your order if you sign up for a newsletter. You can do that. And then, my dog, stop it. Okay, let me try to get rid of that. Go away. There we go. Okay, and then you've got medical kits, medical supplies. We've got radio packages. You can get my soap here. We sell water filters. We got comfrey products. We're going to tell you about a surprise that we got coming up here soon because we have a new product. And then that's all you got to do. Check out these medical kits, though. You can get the KSL FAC. That is an awesome leather patch that's on that. You can
awesome.
What? Yeah, he's got some right there. We've got the KSL Vehicle Med Kit. We are actually making OSHA compliant first aid kits. You can have if you've got a work site or your business or whatever. You can get an over-the-counter bundle. It has meds in there, over-the-counter meds. You can get a gauze bundle, and we've got an ouch pouch. Throw that in your purse, and anytime you've got, like a kid at a ball game scrapes up their knee or something, you'll be prepared for that. So, again, KentuckySustainableLiving.com. Click on shop gear or shop. There's 2 different places, and it will take you right to the KSL store.
And look at those professional quality pictures.
Yeah, must have been done by a photographer. That's all I can think.
Like professional photographer. So
that's really cool. I think we learned some technology tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean, have medical gear. I will do. Somebody wanted me to do a pocket dump the other day, and I was like, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I've been outside doing some stuff, but it's like the only thing I had in my pocket was my pocket knife. And somebody was like, do a pocket dump. We were talking about EDC stuff. Yeah. So I've just gotten back from church, and we'll pocket dump it. The Handy Milwaukee best razor knife made. Cheap Amazon flashlight. These are like $9 for a 2-pack on Amazon. I was like, they're awesome. Then we got cash, lighter. Let's see what else we got. Keys. And then the most important that you got, 2 packs of gauze and a cat tourniquet. And then the 2 other things that I have in my pocket, YouTube will kick us off if I show you those. So everybody should know what those are.
You want to see my pocket dump?
You probably already dumped your pockets for the day, hadn't you? No.
I've got credit cards and cash.
Now I do have my wallet.
If those don't fix it, it ain't broke.
I've got a dispenser. I can't really show that. So
now I will tell you this: my purse. I've got all kinds of cool stuff in my purse, but that's in the other room. I'm not going to go in there after that. But yeah, that's what's in my pocket.
Yeah, cash and a credit card. I mean, that'll get you a lot of things. So the one thing I will tell you, church. We were talking about church the other day and security at church and stuff like that. We tried a test run tonight. We're locking because upstairs on Wednesday night, the 1st grade through 6th grade is upstairs in the 2nd story of the church on another wing. And we're trying it to where we can lock the downstairs door and turn the elevator off to where nobody can get up there. So the lady that's in charge of children's ministries, she gave me her key and then the elevator key. So you can go in there and turn the elevator off where it won't work. And so I was like, cool. And then I had to give her keys back or something. And I'm like, I'm just gonna look and see if you can order an elevator key. You can order an elevator key on Amazon. I've got it in my cart and I'm getting ready to order it. So you can order elevator keys. So I'm going to have my own little elevator key.
Well,
yeah. So I'm going to be big time. Before it's all over, I'm going to look like a janitor and have my big key ring everywhere. So, all right.
What's that, dude? What was that show? Was it Good Times that had that guy that had all the keys? Like every time he walked in, and he had all the keys on his belt or whatever. I think it was Good Times. I'm not sure, but oh my God, he was so funny. Schneider, I want to say his name was Schneider. That was like 50 years ago that I remember watching that, but yeah.
I don't remember that one. So,
like Kid Dynamite, Good Times. It had Jimmy Walker, JJ Walker on it.
I've paired my key ring down super small. That's what I keep in my pocket. That's got like a house key, a key to my parents' house. Like 3 of those keys are customers' keys for their houses, so I can get in, and then a couple other things. So, but then I
got like 4 keys, but then I have like key fobs now for your vehicles. I got 2 of those on there, but the regular keys, I think I only have 4.
Well, I don't
one day at a time. That was it. Yes, Chantel, that was it.
Shelly, does your truck have the key fob and the push start?
No, Randy's car has the key fob and the push start, but my truck does not. My key fob on my truck, you can actually, like, you put the key fob in to start it, but then you can remove half of the key and leave the fob in the ignition, and it'll still run. And I can give the key to somebody else, and it helps them. It will get you in and out of the door.
Okay. Well, I hate my wife's car. Her last 2 vehicles have had that stupid push button, and I absolutely hate that thing. I just despise it. I don't know why. So the coolest thing, my last,
because you're a Luddite.
I guess I just like a key and put it in the ignition and go. I just don't like this push button crap. So, but now, hey, my last truck had a remote start on it, and it was nice. I'd hit the remote start, and the cool thing is when you went in, like if you're going to run in the gas station and grab something, you could hit the remote start button take the key out and it would stay running and you could lock it. So you had your keys and all that. So I just leave the thing running, especially in the wintertime, leave it running, lock the doors and go in. And then if anybody ever got in your truck, because you have to push the brake to put it in gear, as soon as you touch the brake, it would shut off. So I miss that. I miss my remote start. I need to buy another remote.
My truck's so old, I don't even, I mean, it does have a fob, but I don't even care.
How old is what year is your truck?
It's a 2016.
See, I got you beat. Mine's a 15. And I've really been looking honestly at buying like a 2002 Ford with a 7.3 Power Stroke, buying like a 20-something-year-old truck, and going in and redoing all of it. Have somebody go through the engine and transmission, and then probably repaint the thing, and just drive me an old 20-something-year-old truck that's reliable.
There's a guy that I used to work with. His wife still works where I work, and his son works there too. But him and his son restore cars and trucks. He has a construction business. He builds houses, but him and his son restore vehicles. Like Tanya, his wife that I work with, she has I want to say it's like a 1969 Volkswagen Beetle that's a ragtop, and it's like this baby blue, powder blue or whatever. It's a cute little car, and she took us to lunch in it one day, and it's like it's all original. It's all like, even the stuff that they had to fix in it, they found it's all original parts and stuff. And it's a neat little car. But will you quit? And it's so old, like it's a what is that? It's a stick. It's not they didn't have automatics or whatever for that car.
Wow. Dana's got her old 2014 Jeep. So I'll tell you, there's a guy on TikTok, and I forgot what his name is on TikTok. He takes the older, the OBS Fords, like the square body Fords and like the 7.3 Power Stroke Fords. Mm-hmm. He takes those and he goes to the junkyard and buys new interiors off the wrecked trucks, and takes the new like 2024s and 2025 interiors and retrofits them into the old trucks, dashed seats and everything. And I'm like, that is freaking awesome. So no telling how much that costs, but it's like, hey,
yeah, I'm sure it's super expensive.
Oh, it is as cool as can be. And here, Miss Sharon's got a speech. She's driving a 2004 Aztec with 300,000 on it.
There's 300,000 on my truck.
Is there?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I've only, and the Hatfields, they got a 2007. I've only got 100. I got 170 some thousand on mine, but I drive. I mean, with the remodeling business, I mean, it's all a tax write off, so it's a tool to me. I drive them till I blow the engine up or something like that, and it's like, cool. I've got all my depreciation out of it. I won't go buy another one.
That's the thing. People tell me, they're like, you need a new truck. Because I mean, my truck runs fine. The inside looks a little rough. I was actually thinking about, getting on Amazon and seeing if I can find seat covers or whatever. But they're like, you need a new truck. And I'm like, I don't want a car payment. Yeah. I would rather not have a car payment.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't want a car payment on it. And there was a company.
Oh my gosh. Data's in the house.
Yeah. But there was a company, an upholstery company down in Nashville that I'm probably going to take my truck, because my truck doesn't have leather, and I love leather in a truck. I forgot how much they charged, but they would take the seats out and do leather seats for you all through the truck for like stupid cheap.
Huh. There used to be a guy here in Glasgow that did that. It was called like Wings Upholstery or something like that. And but I think he went out of business.
Well,
so
I absolutely love, the only thing that Ford has got going for them is their King Ranch interiors in the trucks.
Those King Ranch Fords are nice.
Oh, I would kill for a King Ranch interior in my truck. So Chantel's got a 2018 that she bought new with almost 200 on it. Well, all right. since we've talked about trucks and we went down that rabbit hole, have you seen that TikTok? The guy's like sitting there and he goes, last night, he said, I went so deep down the rabbit hole. He's like, I finally hit bottom. And he said, I met the rabbit and his name's Jim. And he doesn't even know what the hell's going on.
No, I haven't.
I
don't get on TikTok that much, but that's funny.
Oh, I mean, I literally watched it twice and I was like chuckling in bed. I was like, this is funny.
Miss Sharon, that's the way to go for real.
Yeah.
Says she's never owned a new car, but she's never had a car payment either.
Yeah. I mean,
goals, man. Goals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's financial freedom right there. I mean, the less money you owe on stuff, the better you are. And then you don't get to be a slave to the system. It's like,
absolutely.
Oh, I don't have a house payment. I don't have a car payment. It's like, I've got utilities and that's kind of it. So it makes you look at life a lot different. I can tell you for sure.
It does.
So, all right. What have you got? Do we got a story? I forgot how this goes.
Yeah. I do have a story, but I don't know. I may piss people off. Whatever. We know how we are, right?
Get in line.
Okay, yeah. So did you hear about this guy in Des Moines? His name is Dog, you got to go away. Every time I try to get on my computer, here comes the dog. His name is Ian Roberts. And he's from Guyana.
Yeah.
He actually he was the superintendent of Des Moines Public School, Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah. The superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools. And he came in, told him he had a degree, that he had a doctorate. He even said that he had a degree from Harvard, but his doctorate came from some school in Maryland, Morgan State, I think. And but he said he had a degree from Harvard and some other big school. Hey, Mike. And kind of find out he was an illegal immigrant. ICE caught up with him. They've detained him. He was a runner in the 2002, I think, Olympics, and he ran for Guyana. But he told them that he had a doctorate. He doesn't have a doctorate. He doesn't have all of these schools that he told him he had degrees from. None of it's true. And he was the superintendent for Des Moines Public Schools. And the reason they hired him, so their defense, they said that they had an outside company that vetted him. And so they went off the recommendations of this outside company. And so, I mean, I used to be a school teacher. And I know I've been hired into schools, and I've also been on teams that hired teachers.
Yeah.
I know how easy it is to check credentials, to check all of this stuff out. They couldn't even figure out that he wasn't even supposed to be here, that he's an illegal immigrant, which I know you're not supposed to call him that, whatever, I don't care. But he even said he registered to vote when he lived in Maryland, and he checked that box on the ballot that, hold on a minute, what is this called? It says
he's a foreigner.
No, it's a box that you're supposed to check that says that you are a citizen of the United States and you can vote. He checked it that yes, he was a citizen, and he is not. Right here it says another document provided by the register shows Roberts also registered to vote in Maryland in December 2016, signing a document that affirmed he was a U.S. citizen under penalty of perjury. Despite the registration, though, Roberts did not vote in that election. It just blows my mind. I mean, knowing my background in education, knowing how easy it is to verify this stuff. And so not only that, they had he had been arrested in past times for weapons charges. He's not supposed to. So apparently, it's against the law for. Let me make sure I get this right. There's a law. It's something about they're not supposed to carry weapons or transport weapons or have a weapon on them. And I don't know if that's all immigrants visiting people. I'm not sure, but I read through this article and there's something about that. And he had actually gotten in trouble and had loaded. Oh, here it is. It says, according to an ICE statement, Department of Homeland Security agents found a loaded gun in Robert's car after his arrest on Friday. The Federal Gun Control Act makes it unlawful for illegal aliens to ship, transport, receive, or possess firearms or ammunition. And that wasn't the first gun violation that he had.
No. And magically, he probably won't get in trouble.
Oh, don't say that.
And like Miss
Sharon, probably
Sharon,
right, but it just, I don't know. It infuriates me.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you get to the position of a superintendent of a school system and you don't get caught? Except for, I mean, I don't know if it was a DEI thing and he just checked all the boxes. I don't know what it was, but
it probably was.
Doggone.
Well, I mean, that just gives us something. I mean, what do you want to be? I'm going to be a doctor. I'm a neurosurgeon. I graduated from, I don't know, what's one of the good neurosurgeon places? I graduated from the best, top of my class in neurosurgery. So.
Well, what was that? Ben Carson, where did he go to school? Did he go to Harvard?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I'm a neurosurgeon and a structural engineer. So we'll go with that. So we can be whatever we want to be.
Whatever you want to be.
We can go shit in litter boxes if we want to, too.
Oh, they do that where Crystal. Well, no, they didn't. Did I tell you that story about that girl? No. Crystal called me one day back when the first year she went to college or her first semester in college. And she said, Mama, there's a girl that lives across the hall from me that says she's a cat.
Well.
And she said they sent out a text because they have like an RA that lives on each floor. And she said the RA sent out a text to everybody on their floor because this girl wanted to put a litter box in the bathroom for her to use. And Crystal, it's all girls on their floor. And Crystal was the only one that responded and said, absolutely not.
Yeah.
She was like, that's ridiculous. And she said, who's going to clean it? She expects somebody else to clean it. She's like, no, absolutely not. And then the girl, I don't know if they went and told the girl, no, you can't do that. But she ended up moving off campus and doing school online after that.
Wow. Well, it's like my cousin told me several years ago. Her youngest daughter was in high school. And there's some girl, she's like, my daughter got in trouble because she said something mean or bullied or something like that. This girl that was thinking, she was a cat or a dog or whatever. And she was like, she got suspended because she said something about it. And I said, well, you know what your daughter needs to do when she goes back to school, the next time that girl comes up, I said, she needs to rear back and just kick the piss out of that girl. And she goes, what's that going to solve? I said, your daughter identifies as a mule and mules kick. So she was doing what a mule does. And I said, they cannot kick her out of school because if they had kick her out of school, they got to kick the cat girl out of school too. Yeah. And I said, it's like liberal jujitsu. You have to play it against them. And she's like, I'm not going to tell her to do it. I was like, put her on the phone and I will.
I kind of feel like that stuff is going away. I don't know. I could be wrong. You don't hear about it as much anymore.
No. So that's because they're shutting the government down right now. They got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
So
they want all of the illegal immigrants to have health care and us pay for it. So, yeah.
And my day didn't stop. The government shut down. My world kept turning.
Yeah, mine did too.
I mean, I went to work and made money today. So, yeah. And Miss Sharon says, that's how you do it. Don't play their game. That or turn it against
Miss Sharon.
So,
that's
all right.
Hey, who else is going to be at SRF this weekend? I'll be there.
I'll be there Saturday. So
if you see us, if you're going to be there, come up and say hi. Introduce yourself.
Yep. I wonder, hopefully they'll have a good turnout for it.
I hope they do.
I hope the weather, I don't even know what the weather's going to be.
It's supposed to be beautiful this weekend.
All right.
And they've already been down there setting stuff up.
All right. Hey guys, don't forget Homestead Meetup, October 25th at Western. Same place we have the festival. Bring soup. So,
it's the Super Homestead Meetup.
SOUP, not SUPPR or ER. All right. I don't spell for a living. Yeah. I don't spell for a living. So, yes, bring a soup. We're going to do soup. We're probably going to do some sandwiches. We hadn't really decided, but we'll have some kind of sandwiches. But everybody brings soup.
We'll definitely have crackers. I think Melanie's bringing crackers.
Yeah. There'll be a bunch of white people there. All the crackers will be there.
Jeez.
Some of us are club crackers. Some of us are saltines. Some of us are oysters. I guess you could call. I guess if somebody's real tall and narrow.
Yeah, bring dessert, Dana. Absolutely.
Yes. I guess now if somebody's tall and skinny, they'd be like a club cracker. And then if somebody's like shorter and wider, they could be.
I must be a Ritz.
Just round.
Yeah, I'm just round.
or you could be an now if it was, I don't know, like an oyster cracker, could that be a midget?
Don't go there.
Okay, or a dwarf.
Oh, you know what I am? So Jessica makes these crackers.
Salty.
That, you take saltines and you put red pepper flakes on them and ranch and stuff, and I guess oil or so. I don't know. She makes them like every year. That's what I am, because those are spicy.
I guess I'm salty.
Yeah, you're salty.
I could be like a moldy saltine. I'm just an old salty bastard, I guess. So, all right, Miss Sharon put the thing. Yeah. Also, if you're coming to it, do us a favor, jump on the website, sign up that you're going to be there. That just helps us give a head count, so we'll have enough chairs and all that stuff set up.
It's not going to cost anything. We're going to have a couple workshops. I'm going to do a soap making workshop, and Jessica's going to talk about how to take care of your chickens. And she's going to do kind of like how to doctor your chickens. She's not a vet or anything. It's just all stuff she's learned through experience, but she's pretty good with healing them up.
No, Jessica graduated from Auburn's vet school.
Oh yeah, she absolutely
top of her class.
So there's going to be a couple workshops you can attend or not attend. It makes no difference to us. You can sit and talk to people, come meet your tribe. We had a great time the last time, but it's absolutely free. Bring some soup, come and eat some soup and have a good time.
Now let's talk about one important thing. Dana said desserts. Dana, it depends. What kind of desserts do we get to pick?
Jessica's bringing a bunch of
those cookies,
sourdough cookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dana, tell us what desserts you're famous for. I would like to know. And Chantel, I don't know what she's talking about. Might, I'm almost one. I don't know if she's talking about
maybe a cracker. I don't know.
Dana said sure. So, and Dana, I've got to text your husband some dimensions for those cabinets to give me a price on that. So,
did you talk to them about that?
Well, I talked to him today. We played phone tag for a little while. Oh, banana! No, we can't do
chocolate pie. Heck yeah!
Chocolate pie or pecan pie. We can't start another banana pudding tradition. Whitney might get her feelings hurt, or she might be like, hell yeah, let somebody else fix the banana pudding.
She may be that way. I think you're closer that way than the other way.
I'll tell you.
You got some stiff competition though, because man, her banana pudding, it's slap your mama good.
Yes.
It's some good stuff.
Oh, Chantel said a Texas sheet cake. Is that
those are good? Yes.
What's a Texas sheet cake?
It's been a
What's
long time since I had one. I know it's got chocolate in it.
Dana? Whatever you want to bring out of those three is fine with me. Pecan pie is like one of my favorites. So I downed like half a pecan pie the other day, and I'm not ashamed of it either. So
I make a really good chocolate bourbon pecan pie.
that
It's been
sounds
a while since I made it, but they're delicious.
wow. Now, what's a Texas sheet cake?
I don't know how to make them. I just know how to eat them.
Well, what is it?
It's like it's got chocolate and there's stuff in it.
All right.
Chocolate cake, almost as dense as a brownie. Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, I'm in. So this is going to turn into dessert meeting is what it's going to do.
I think we need to get to our topic. Is there anything else you need to announce?
Well, we got land nav class November 8th and 9th. Sign up for that thing. It's going to be freaking amazing. The herbal class, you got a little time for the herbal class. That's in December 6th. Leslie's going to teach it. But the land nav is the most important thing. You got to be at the land nav class. I don't care. We know it's opening day or opening weekend of gun season. If you're into preparedness, you need to be at that. The deer can wait. You can go shoot deer Monday. So fill your freezers up. So, but yeah, honestly, land nav class, November 8th and 9th, that's going to be amazing. If you're not there, you are missing out, honestly. So
it's going to be a great weekend.
All right. We'll get to the main topic in a second. Pecan pie is BJ's favorite too. I'm trying to, well, tell BJ when he comes to the meetup, we can talk a little bit. So, all right. Main topic, Shelly. We'll do this. If not, we're going to pull like a Billy, just talk about everything else except for the topic that he does. And then
so our topic for tonight is crisis preparedness, planning for natural disasters. So we are approximately a little bit over a year out from Hurricane Helene. I don't know if you all, so Randy and I went to Asheville back in August. And we actually drove down to, what is that place called?
Chimney Rock.
Chimney Rock and Bat Cave and Lake Lure. Actually, it's like Bat Cave, Chimney Rock, Lake Lure. That's the order. Bat Cave is pretty much gone. There's not much there. And I don't know that there was a lot there to begin with. But I mean, it's like a little community, but there's like not much of anything there now. And Chimney Rock is just now opening back up. That place was absolutely devastated. The businesses there in Chimney Rock had only been open for about a week when we got there in August. And I'm talking like, like little general stores and restaurants and stuff like that. But it's like, kind of a stop in the road. They just got one road that goes through there, but there's Chimney Rock State Park. That's why that place is there. And then you go down the road, I don't know, maybe 5 miles past Chimney Rock, and that's Lake Lure. The lake is gone.
Yeah.
Like you can see, like there was a marina and a boathouse and a beach and beach stuff and lifeguard stands and all of that kind of thing. The lake is gone and the dam broke and now the lake's not there. And it was, it's a beautiful area down in there. And that was the big draw for that area. People would come up there and, go fishing, spend the weekend at the lake and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they're going to do anything to rebuild the dam or whatever, but it's weird to see the lake, it's gone. That's just the weirdest thing to me is, it's strange, but
they'll rebuild the dam after they get all the lithium out.
Yeah, probably. But even after a year, there's you drive down through there and there's big sections of road that is gone and there's houses that are, like moved off the foundation and set catty cornered or even completely moved down the river or something, it's even after a year, it's still like catastrophic devastation. And I know that, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that I expected it to look any different or whatever, but you know, you drive through there, and if you knew nothing about the hurricane that came through or nothing about the flooding or whatever, there's no way that you could come through there and not see that something had devastated that whole area. So and if you want, like I made a video for it. It's on my YouTube channel. It's up. You can go watch it. So the topic tonight is crisis preparedness, planning for natural disasters. Do you have a plan? Do you know what you're going to do? Do you know what, I remember at the time when Helene happened, it was on such a scale that I kept thinking, you know, I was watching it on the news and watching YouTube channels and stuff like that. I kept thinking, I don't even know that it would matter if people had preps and all of that kind of stuff, because it just ran through and destroyed everything in its path.
Yeah.
And so does it matter? And I'm not saying don't prep. I'm not saying that at all. But I mean, there's even a point where there ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah. I mean, and with that, you were there,
first hands on.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in line on some of that stuff, you know, mudslides and all that kind of stuff, and everything is washed out, there's nothing. I mean, even if you had underground storage, you know, a bunker, your bunker's full of mud and muck and radioactive material and all that kind of stuff. So it's like that wouldn't do you any good. Now, some of the spots, like when I was down there with Grindstone, we were doing some stuff. We were cutting in, clearing the roads and going to these little communities and stuff that essentially they had like, it looked like little mini tornadoes that kind of come through and knocked a bunch of trees down and stuff. Their houses were fine. They just didn't have any internet, no cell service, no power, no nothing. So you could prep for that. But
yeah,
a horrific thing like, you know, you saw Chimney Rock wiped off the map. There's nothing you can do to prep for that. Honestly, the only thing you can do to prep for that is to have backup supplies somewhere else and not at your neighbor's house. I'm talking
like a bug out location.
Yeah, I'm talking, you know, we're an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes away. Take a bunch of stuff and bring it to your house. And then it's like, hey, if my place gets wiped off, it's like I've not lost everything. And do it to where it's a little bit farther away from the geographic region, you know, not, you know, well, I mean, realistically, even 10 miles away might not be too bad. But if you're going to do it a little bit farther away.
Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, like,
that might be what you're talking about, might be ideal if you live in a city and to get 10 or 15, 20 miles out of the city.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if something happens, you're going to have people leaving the city, but it takes a while to walk that much distance. You know, people are going to go the path of least resistance kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. And then now with Helene, where we were staged at our fob, we had power. We had limited internet. We were running off Starlink a lot of the times. But if you went like 5 miles away, you were like, holy crap, it's a war zone. So yeah, and it just depends. Tornadoes are another thing. The tornado can take my house out, and the neighbor lost like one shingle. So
I think you're right, Miss Sharon. I don't think that they had enough time to get out. But on the other side of that, that was like the storm of the century kind of thing. Like nobody expected a hurricane to hit in the mountains.
Well.
So I almost wonder if people weren't like, how bad is it going to get? Like, I mean, you know, I mean, I don't know that I wouldn't have reacted that way and thought it's a hurricane. What am I worried about? You know, but I believe you're right. I mean, Randy, when we were driving through there, we were setting it because they had they had a bunch of places in the road, and you can see some of them in my video. There's a bunch of places in the road where half of the road is washed out. So there's only one lane. And so they have these big stoplights, and it's mountain roads. So it's going around curves. They have these big stoplights set up, and at like our end, the light's red, and at the other end, the light's green, and that they're coming through, and then they switch, and then we can go through because it's one lane because the road's washed away. Right. And Randy we were talking, and he said, I wonder if if they get, because that they get bad storms. Everybody gets bad storms, thunderstorms, and all that kind of stuff. He said, I wonder if when that stuff happens, these people get like PTSD and they're like ready to bug out because, it's like raining and going crazy. They're like, is it going to happen again? And it's probably scary. I mean,
I'd say they probably do. So now, barring a manufactured storm like what they had over there, typically, I mean, one of the things is kind of know your risk of what you got in your area.
Yeah.
I mean, tornadoes, hurricanes, wildfires, blizzards, stuff like that. So, I mean, right here where we're at, we're looking at tornadoes. And possibly the New Madrid fault's going to go off sometime. That was supposed to happen when the rapture happened, too. They had that on TikTok. So I didn't feel that earthquake, and I didn't get raptured up. I was kind of hoping I didn't get raptured so I could feel the earthquake. Or I was hoping the earthquake would happen, and I'd be like, damn, that was a good earthquake, and then I get raptured. But neither one of them happened, so I was kind of disappointed that day. So, but, yeah, I mean, knowing your risk stuff, tornadoes are prevalent here. Because the government has moved Tornado Alley from Oklahoma to, Kentucky, Tennessee kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or God did that, one or the other. I don't know who did that. But tornadoes, yes, I've got a basement on my house, and I can store a lot of stuff in the basement. But if a tornado comes through and blows your house away and your basement's left, it's probably sucked some stuff out of your basement, and then all your stuff's just getting beat and weathered down and rained on and everything else. It would be nice if somebody had a storm shelter. A lot of people have storm shelters. If you're going to have a storm shelter and you're going to get one bigger than what you need and store stuff in there. So, put an extra pair of clothes or two for everybody in there. For God's sakes, put some water in there and put some food and maybe a couple pew-pews in there just to have some stuff ready to go.
All of those things that you listed, like if you live in an area that has hurricanes, or you live where they have tornadoes or blizzards or whatever, all of those things you need to think about in those scenarios. What's your evacuation plan?
Yeah.
And, before I got into homesteading and got into this place that we're at now, my idea of an evacuation plan was how I was going to get out of my house if there's a fire.
Yeah.
Now, that's important. You need to know that, especially if you have like a 2-level house, you've got part of your family upstairs and, whatever. You need to know how you're going to get out of your house. I'm not saying that, but that was my only frame of reference, I guess is what I'm saying. My only thing that I would have thought about. If somebody said evacuation plan, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to shove them out the window or whatever. That was it. But now you need to, I remember this was probably, let's see, Jessica was in 6th grade. So she must've been like 12 years old. So this has been like 15 years ago. No, she's in her 30s. So it's been like 20 years ago. We rented a house in Barron County, Kentucky, and it was an old farmhouse. And it was like, I'm seriously convinced that it had no insulation whatsoever in this house. And it was heated with propane, and it was super expensive to heat this house because it had no insulation. We would block off all the rooms in the house and sleep. All of us would sleep in mine and Randy's bedroom. And Randy was driving over the road at this time. So it was so cold in the wintertime. We ran out of propane, and I called, or this was before cell phones, but Randy had called home, and I said, I'm going to my mama's house. I can't do this anymore. I can't live in a cold house. It was cold. And it was like mid-December, close to around Christmas. We ended up staying at my mom's house for like 2 weeks because it was so cold in that house. And that wasn't even blizzard.
Yeah.
So, like, you need to have a plan in place. What are you going to do if you can't heat your house? What are you going to do if the electricity's out and that's the only kind of heat that you have is electric heat? All of those things, you need to think about each one of those scenarios. And okay, if you're going to stay home, what's your plan? Have the stuff. Maybe it's a kerosene heater. I don't know. I mean, whatever it is that you're going to use, but you have that plan. And then if you can't remain where you're at, you got to figure out where you're going to go and how you're going to get there and what's your evacuation plan. What's that point that you say, this is what we're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Everybody's like, I'm going to grab my bug out bag and my SKS and head to the woods. It's like, cool, bro, you're a refugee. If you don't know where you're going, you're a refugee is all you are.
Yeah.
So it's have that backup plan. And then, I mean, if my plan is not to bug out unless absolutely necessary. So, I mean, if you're going to do that, you've got to have the supplies on hand and stuff like that.
You got to have either stuff in your vehicle or a bag that you can grab. Or, I mean, if you really sit and think these things through, I think that, and myself included, I think that we would find that maybe in some areas we're woefully unprepared.
Yeah.
And it's not, if you just take each scenario and say, okay, what if this happens? What's going to happen? What if I have kids? What if we're separated? What if the kids are in another county? Because like I work in a different county than I live in, and Randy works 2 counties away from where we live. Yeah. So what if something happens the night that it was like December 12th, the year before last, when the tornado came through Bowling Green over in your area. Yeah. And Randy was at work and that tornado touched down like half a mile from where he works. Yeah. And that was a scary night. I'm here at our house and he's at work, and he kept texting me, and all he would text me is, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I mean, like the storm hit over in Bowling Green first, and then it came our way. Thankfully, it didn't come into the county that we live. Well, I mean, I think it was like at the edge of the county that we live in, but there was still stuff blowing everywhere. And I remember I was down in the basement with actually one of my friends because they didn't have a basement, and they came over. It was like 1:00 in the morning, and I was down in the basement, and I thought, what if something happens to him? I was so thankful to be getting those texts. Every 15 minutes, he was like, I'm okay. Everything's okay. And because he knew that I was at home, like freaking out because he's in the middle of a tornado in Bowling Green.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. And so that's another thing. What's your communication plan? Because luckily for me, the cell towers didn't go down, or I wouldn't have known what was happening with him. Wow. But what is, does your family know that if you can't use your cell phone, if you don't have radios, you might be at different geographic locations. Do they know if this thing happens, like EMP or something like that? If this thing happens, this is what you do. You're going to start walking home. We're all going to meet in this location. Do they know that? And, instead of being that person that panics and is like, oh my God, the sky is falling and I don't know what to do and all this stuff, do they know what to do? Yeah.
And that's where you really got to sit down and come up with a communications plan. And it's not just, you're not going to rely on cell service. And that's where you need your PACE plan, your primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency plan, coming up with that kind of stuff. So, and then, Mike's going to do it. Mike's going to grab his bag and his SKS and be in the woods. So,
but he's got a lot of woods that are his woods. So, you know.
And it's one of those things, come up with a plan for it. Your primary is always going to be your cell phone. So, but you've got to take it all the way down to the emergency plan and sit down with your family and war game it. war game it out.
Yes.
So not just like, oh, honey, by the way, if something goes bad, I'm going to come to the house. It's like, great. I came up with a plan. You got a shitty plan. So if you're just like, yeah, honey, if something bad happens, I'm coming home. Great job, buddy. You really thought that thing through. So don't come up with a good plan. If you're going to be as invested in preparedness and stuff like that, take the time to actually make the plan. Don't just be like, oh man, I got my cell phone and my Baofeng and we got a comms plan. We're going to figure out how to do it.
Right.
And that's one of the things. Once we get Brian and Susan set up to come up and do a comms class, we're going to go over how to build your comms plan for your family. That's one of the cool things. He'll go over the PACE plan and show you how to do that kind of stuff. It's not all about buying gear. It's about actually doing this stuff, practicing, playing with your radios, getting your medical stuff squared away. I mean, if you're looking at if we've got a major tornado, that we've had major tornadoes in Bowling Green before, you've got 11 people that the ambulances are coming for. You know, the two emergency rooms here are overwhelmed, and you've got something, you've got the medical gear and you've got the medical training to take care of that. Yeah. Instead of waiting 12 hours in the ER that, you know, trying to get seen, or heck, you might not even be able to get to the ER, or the tornado hit the emergency room and then you're really screwed.
Yep. There you go.
So, and then having all this stuff in the world, as far as all the medical stuff, if you don't know how to use it, it's a paperweight is all it is.
It is.
So,
absolutely.
I mean,
we've got Randy and I have 5 daughters, and one of them lives right next door to us. One of them lives the next county over. 2 of them live in Bowling Green, not far from Jason. And one of them is all the way out in eastern Kentucky, and we live in kind of central Kentucky. And we have talked some about what you would do, but as far as like laying out a plan of how to get them home, we've not done that.
No.
And that's something that we need to do. I mean, we've talked about it, but not, you know, like giving them the tools, I guess, to make sure that they're able to get to the house, you know, in case. And I'm not talking about like with a tornado or something. I'm talking about like a major catastrophe happening. How are they going to get to the house? So, yeah, that's something that we need to do.
And that's one of the things too. Like my wife knows. I mean, typically I'm at a job site. You know, we'll do major projects, so it's not like it used to be when we did all just concrete work. I was at somewhere, you know, maybe 2 days, and then we're moving on. The projects we're doing are bigger projects that last quite a while. So typically she knows where I'm at, and I'll tell her, you know, in the morning, she's like, where are you working today? I'm like, I'm working at, you know, Bobby Sue's house today. Or hey, I've got to run to so-and-so. I got to run to Nashville and grab some materials or something like that. So she typically knows where I'm at during the day or where I'm going to be at. So then that way she knows, and then we can kind of plan. Typically she works from the house. Sometimes she travels. Very rarely does she travel, but she always tells me, it's like, hey, I'm going to be in Butler County today. I got to be there in the morning. I should be done by noon. I'll be back in time to pick Lincoln up from school. So it's kind of, we know where each other are going to be, which mine varies a bunch. You know, most of the time you got somebody like pretty much every day, Shelly, you're at Spantech working, you know, so Randy knows where you're at, and then you know what days Randy's working, and you know where he works.
Right.
So Lincoln's bouncing around upstairs. I hope nobody hears him. It sounds like somebody's wrestling upstairs.
My dogs have been coming in and acting crazy. I think they finally laid down, but yeah.
But
so talk about backup power.
I've got a couple solar generators. When solar generators first came out, I'm like, this is the biggest hoax and the biggest bunch of crap I've ever seen in my life. Why would somebody buy one of these things? I've drank the Kool-Aid on solar generators. I like them. They are not going to replace my 9,000 watt gas generator ever. They're not going to do that, but they have their place. I like them. The biggest one I've got is the Anchor Solex 3800. It will power. Kyle, the executive director of Grindstone, has one too for Grindstone, and he said they powered a full size refrigerator for 2 days with it, and they were getting in and out of the refrigerator. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. I've also got solar panels to charge all my stuff. So every time I get a solar generator, I get the panels for it. So I can charge that. Other backup powers, generators. You know, the whole thing is 2 is 1, 1 is none. I've got several generators, and I've got generators that will run on propane, gas, and diesel. So I always have stuff like that. I mean, I think solar, the nice thing about solar is it's quiet. So nobody's going to know that you're running solar power, unless they see the
generators are loud.
Yes, they are super loud. So, but if you're going to have generators, you've also got to have fuel storage. So make sure you got fuel storage for your generators. So, and propane, you get less power off a propane generator than you do if you're running it on gas. But propane has an indefinite shelf life. As long as the tank does not leak, that propane's kind of set it and forget it. You get your propane tanks, fill them up. As long as they're not leaking, that stuff's going to be good 100 years from now.
Yeah.
So with gasoline, even if you treat it, you need to cycle it through. Diesel fuel stores for quite a long time. I like storing diesel fuel. So I've got all my equipment runs on diesel, and then I've got a generator that runs on diesel. So, but honestly, solar generators, I mean, if you're looking like a 72-hour deal, something like that, not, Walking Dead and stuff like that, a solar generator, a good sized solar generator is going to get you through a lot of stuff. So that. Another thing with comms, you and I both have Starlinks.
Yeah.
After I went to Helene and got back from there, I saw, because we would go out and set up Starlinks at these little communities and stuff where they could have, access to the outside world. I saw the need for it, and I talked to you. It's like, Shelly, I'm going to get me a Starlink. You ought to get one too. So we both have Starlinks. To where you can do, all the infrastructure's gone. You can still get what they call it, the Elon Musk internet. So, I mean, I've got it where I can deploy that thing and I can have internet service. So that goes along with your comms plan. Yeah. So if we're affected and we don't have service, and Shelly's, unaffected in her place, I can fire up the Starlink. You can do, Wi-Fi texting. I can send her an email, whatever. I mean, I could get, Facebook Messenger, whatever, these Discord apps and all this other crap. There's ways to communicate.
Well, so, you can even do video calls on Facebook Messenger.
Can you?
Yep.
Well, shoot. We could even do it with the Starlink. We could be in the middle of tornado and everything, still be doing a live.
That's right.
So,
and that satellite's so far up, I don't care about no tornadoes.
Yeah, and Miss Sharon says yes, as long as you got sunshine. That's the downfall of your solar stuff.
Yeah.
So, but then it goes back to, you got to have enough battery capacity if you don't have sunshine for a few days. So, but your basics on planning that is food, water, and shelter. I mean, that's the big three. Water being the most important. Have water stored up for stuff. And I mean, I did that. We talked about it. I mean, we talked about it numerous times, water on the morning shows. So have it. I mean, it's like I said, if you're going to get you a tornado shelter, yes, they're expensive. Buy the next biggest size and you think you need, and you can store all kinds of crap in one of those.
Yep.
I mean, store a bunch of bottled water in there, store some freeze-dried food, store some MREs, store you an extra pair of shoes and an extra change of clothes in that joker. Throw all your silver in there if you need to.
Yeah,
So,
and if you hide it real good, people won't even know you got it there.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, heck, put a lock on it if you got to. So, but yeah, camouflage it out in the woods. Or if you want to, buy a septic tank and bury a septic tank by your real septic tank, and then nobody will ever know. Nobody's ever thought of that, probably.
Well, I'm sure some redneck out there's thought of that.
I thought of that. And Mike needs to up his battery bank. Yes.
I'm looking up generators on Amazon.
Michelle,
I need to get a generator.
Yeah, you need to get one so you don't come borrow mine.
Yeah, I need to get one.
But yeah, I mean, one thing, if you want to do some underground crazy storage stuff, go buy a septic tank, bury it right beside your other septic tank, and when people look at it, they're going to be like, oh, cool, it's, this guy planned ahead, he's got 2 septic tanks on here. They're not going to, I'm not going to go around pulling the top off the septic tank because I know what's in there. So I honestly thought about doing that, but I didn't. So what are you looking at? Generators? Just go to Tractor Supply and buy one.
They've actually got a 9,000 watt one at Harbor Freight for $800.
Hey, the Harbor Freight, those Predator series are pretty decent generators.
Yeah, it's a Predator one.
Yeah. I've got...
They're putting in a Harbor Freight over in Glasgow.
Are they?
Yep.
Well, I've got a military diesel generator, and then I've got a Champion. I think it's a 9,000 watt Champion. It will run... No, it's just a straight gasoline. And then I've got another Coleman, that red one that I let y'all borrow. It's a gas. And then I've got a smaller Champion one that'll run on gasoline or propane or natural gas. But I don't have natural gas in my place. So if we run it, we're going to run it on propane. So, but yeah, I mean, part of that stuff, I mean, I typed up a quick little list. Some of your must-have supplies, and we're shooting over an hour right now, but I mean, water, food, medical supplies, power, flashlights, headlamps, lanterns, extra batteries, some of the other stuff that you want to have, cash, small bills. Don't just get your band of hundreds, have some.
Because people aren't going to have change.
Yeah, have some 1s and 5s and stuff like that. You might want to have copies of important documents stored, with you somewhere. And then
especially if you have to evacuate out somewhere.
Yeah. And then I've said it too, shoes, work gloves, and weather appropriate clothing. So, but it comes down to where you just need to make a plan. Instead of watching the latest football game or whatever is in season right now, I don't even know. What does it take, 2 hours to watch a football game? You'd be far better off.
I don't watch football games, so I don't know.
Yeah. The only sports I watch are when my kid's playing it, and if he wants to watch the highlights. That's our time together. But other than that, take that 2 hours instead of watching a football game and come up with a family plan of what you're going to do for emergencies. So that's about all I've got. What have you got, Shelly? Are you done talking for the night?
I kind of am.
I mean, we could go on.
It's my bedtime, Jason. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, I know. I've still got to make a couple phone calls after this.
I still got to go blanch some green beans that I picked out of my garden an hour and a half ago.
Well, so, hey, you want to hear the story that I was going to tell you about the habitat, and then we'll get off here. We'll end it on this.
All right.
Okay. I'm remodeling my brother's house. Several years ago, he had bought some bamboo floor, laid some bamboo floor in the house and never got around to finishing it. He decided he does not want to do bamboo now. He wants oak. So we had like 13 boxes of this bamboo flooring sitting there. And I was like, dude, we got to do something with these. And I was like, I could take them to the Habitat store and you can get, donate it and you get your little tax donation thing. And he's like, I don't really care about the donation for the tax credit. He's like, if you want to load it up, he said, you take it up there and you can get the tax credit. And I'm like, well, hell, I'll take the tax credit. I'll take that all day long. So I loaded up 13 boxes, and there were 2 boxes that like 4 or 5 pieces had been taken out of. So I loaded up. The guys from the Habitat store come out, and we're loading these full boxes and everything on their cart. And then the boy looks at it and he goes, we can't take those boxes that have been opened, and they've had some pieces taken out of it. And I looked at him and I said, what are you talking about? He goes, it's just too much work for us to figure out how many square feet are in there if there's been boxes that have been opened. And I'm like, I'm donating this crap to you.
It's free.
Yeah, I was like, I'm giving you this and you're going to make money off this, but you don't want to take the time to figure out how many square feet, how many pieces were out of that box. I almost took all of it and put it in my truck and drove back to my brother's house and almost threw all the crap in the dumpster and said, the hell with your tax credit in your store. And I was like, what can we do with this? And he's like, there's a dumpster around back that you can throw it in. And I'm like, whatever. I was like, I told the dude, I said, give me my damn tax receipt now. I'm leaving. So Habitat store, I'm probably not going to bring anything else to you.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I'm just like, how stupid is this? So me and the Habitat store are probably not going to do business anymore. So, all right, guys, that's all we got. Shelly's got to blanch green beans. I got 2 or 3 phone calls I've got to make. And then I got to get a kid in bed. He wants to watch TV for a few minutes. So, but we appreciate it. Don't forget, you need anything, run to the website, do that. If you're coming to the Homestead meetup, put your name in so we'll know you're coming. And if you want to do an awesome class, come to the land nav class. If you don't come to that, you are going to miss out because I don't know when the next one's going to be. So, guys, I will be back on here Friday morning, 8 o'clock for Clickbait and Coffee. If y'all need anything, shoot us an email, and we appreciate y'all a bunch. Shelly, you got anything?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys, I'll see you Friday, and then you'll see Shelly and I probably back Wednesday. So I appreciate it. See you.
See ya.